Welcome to Beaded Doilies by Shell. In this video we are going to add our 8th cube to our second half, which will be our 6th hinge for this folding cube. Now our first hinge for the second half went across the top of 5 and 6. The second hinge went behind 5 and 7, and this one will go in front of 6 and 8. So we will have T on top, we have T5, T6, T7, T8, and then we'll have 1 facing us. We have 1 5, 1 7, 1 6, and 1 8. So we'll set this aside and we'll bring this over. We already have 5, T5, T6, T7 with 1 facing us, and we'll take 8, T8 with T1 facing us, and we'll set it up here, and then we're going to do our hinge in the front here. So we'll begin by giving this a little separation, and then we'll go through the bottom connection bead, the connection bead here of 6. And once we're through the connection bead, we will then add 2 beads to each string. And then keeping the strings on the correct side, this one will go through the bottom connection bead of 8 next to 1 8. From this direction, and then the other string will enter from the opposite direction. We'll bring our strings together and we have our first hinge. Now we want to go up or through the 2 side beads in between our connection beads. And then we turn it and we do the same on the other side, the 2 side beads in between our 2 connection beads. And then we cross with both our strings that second connection bead. And we'll make sure both our strings are the same length. And we'll add 2 beads to each string. And then on the opposite cube, we will now cross the second connection bead. And there we have the second one on. Now this time I'm going to turn my whole piece. Now we're going to go through the 2 side beads again between our 2 connection beads. just took that out of the connection bead. Hold on. Alright, so that's the 2 side beads. Now we want to get access to the other side. Now we're going to go through the 2 side beads here also between our 2 connection beads. And now we'll take both strings and we're going to cross the 3rd connection bead. Uh-oh. Oh, nope, just had it turned wrong. Okay, we're good. Alright. Now we're going to again add 2 beads to each string. And then on the opposite cube we're going to go through the 3rd connection bead. And now we have on 3 of our sections for our hinge. Now we'll go through the 2 side beads again. Lay it over. We'll go through the 2 side beads on this side. I do find this process a little easier with the seed beads because the cubes are slightly smaller and easier to handle. There we go. Turn it back. Oops. Now we need to cross our 4th connection bead. And then we'll add 2 beads to each string. And on the opposite cube we will cross the 4th connection bead. And we have our hinge. Now I do not like to tie my knot in the last connection bead because it sometimes loosens the hinge here. So I go through these 2 side beads here up to this corner bead and tie my knot up here. That way I keep my hinge nice and tight. So just go through 2 beads on each side going towards your corner bead there. Then you'll go through the corner bead with 1 string, doesn't matter which one, and you'll tie your knot. With the microfilament, I just do a regular double knot. With the monofilament, I do a knot, regular knot followed by a double overhand. Now don't pull tight, just bring the knot down, and then you want to go back in that corner bead. Pull your knot in and pull tight. Then you'll want to thread through like 6 to 8 beads before you clip off your excess, and there we have our second half to our folding cube. In the next video, I plan to test the 2 halves together, and then after that I will be showing you how to hinge the 2 halves together. Hope to see you there.